A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 7, verses 21 and 24 to 27. The passage is taken from the Message version of the Bible. Knowing the correct password, saying "Master, Master," for instance, isn't going to get you anywhere with me. These words I speak to you are not incidental additions to your life, homeowner improvements to your standard of living. They are foundational words, words to build a life on. If you work these words into your life, you are like a smart carpenter who built his house on solid rock. Rain poured down, the river flooded, a tornado hit, but nothing moved that house. It was fixed to the rock. But if you just use my words in Bible studies and don't work them into your life, you are like a stupid carpenter who built his house on the sandy beach. When a storm rolled in and the waves came up, it collapsed like a house of cards. The Gospel of the Lord.
Good morning. Let's listen to a short reflection according to St. Matthew chapter 7 verses 21 and 24 to 27. Building faith on rock, not sand. Jesus reminds us of the importance of building our lives on a firm foundation of faith. Those who hear his words and act on them are likewise builders who construct their houses on rock, resilient against the storms of life. In contrast, those who merely listen without action build on sand, leaving their lives vulnerable to collapse. This passage challenges us to reflect on the depth of our discipleship. Pope Francis warns against being fair-weather Christians, whose faith is superficial and fades under pressure. True faith requires effort, trust, and a willingness to act on the gospel, even when it is difficult. The poor, often excluded from worldly privileges, teach us this lesson. Stripped of distractions, they rely on God as their foundation, demonstrating trust and resilience that inspires. Spiritual poverty emerges when faith is treated as a mere tradition or cultural marker rather than a lived reality. As Pope Francis often preaches, faith without works is lifeless. True discipleship involves embracing the cost, serving the vulnerable, seeking justice, and trusting God over worldly powers. Jesus' words remind us that storms are inevitable, whether personal, societal, or spiritual. Only a life grounded in God's truth can endure. Like the psalmist, we must proclaim, "Better to take refuge in the Lord than to put confidence in princes." Faith built on the rock of Christ withstands the winds of hardship and remains a testimony to hope. Let us build wisely, trusting not in fleeting riches or power but in the eternal foundation of God's love, allowing our lives to become houses of refuge for others in their storms.